Welcome back to the channel, guys. This week we're going to be moving our larger OBT RCF. I've said a few weeks back that we need to move our OBT RCF. Currently it is in this setup, which there is still space for the spider. I don't know if you can see it, but it's down here. It's about this sort of size, but I want to move this sooner rather than later and end up with a situation where it's way too big for the setup. Plus, molting in this, I'm potentially going to have issues. I've had recently one of my UMVs that has got slight sort of decay symptoms decide to molt between its plastic and where it's made its sort of like huge volcano of webbing. It seemed to slip off down the side, get stuck between the two and not be able to separate properly. Yet another molt that I've sort of had to help assist out of. The spider's still okay at the moment, but there was quite a bit of issues with it, so I'm not 100% sure what's going to go on with this. Anyway, so I want to move this out of here today, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to come out of here and we're going to be moving it into a 20 by 20 Komodo. So size difference, obviously a lot more height, and as these are squares you can quite clearly see this thing, it's almost like 4 times the volume. But I think what this will provide is a long-term setup with places for anchor points at the back, something where we'll be able to slide the lid open and shut without it destroying too much on top, and hopefully give it a decent looking setup in this one. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm probably going to set it up with water bowl at the back and its anchor points near the front, because as you then slide the lid that way, this will be where I put the water in, and we won't have to then slide the lid the whole way open. So it can provide its anchor points in this area here, and potentially set this up so that it slides backwards towards the wall. So the back will become the front will become the back, but the spider will not care at all. Anyway, we're going to get that tank cleaned, we're going to go to Rehouse Central, we're going to put some bark in there, we're going to put some soil in there, and then we're going to hopefully have a smooth rehousing. We will see. I'll catch up with you over there. Okay, so in Rehouse Central we have the soil set up already in here. Not too deep, but I will be moving it around in a little bit. I've sloped it slightly more to this side. As I say, I'm going to use this as the back, so when I'm opening this I only have to slide the lid to about here, fill with water and put the lid back, so we're not disturbing too much. I think the more we take the lid off this, the more chance we've got of bolting spider. I'm not sure which pieces I'm going to use yet. I'm thinking this big bit here, sort of this way up, might give like a little bit of shelter above, a little bit of a gap for it to pop out here. But if I bury that in the soil like that, we've got a nice little gap just to this side of it, maybe there. Let's get this done so that it doesn't keep moving. Something like that. We've got nice gaps down this side, and then maybe we'll come in, I don't know, this is the joys when we're setting up these enclosures, isn't it? Basically we've got to try and figure out what we want to do. We want to give this anchor points, and we want to give it so there's enough room to go through. Maybe more like that. Maybe more like that. That works. Right, let's dig out a little channel in the middle a minute. You'll see the reason why I'm doing that in a second. So we're going to go this piece in here, angle that backwards like that, and this piece can come in over the top like that. And what this is doing is giving a bit of a sheltered spot underneath here, but with a gap here at the back. So it's got a sheltered spot just here, it can go in underneath this, and then it's got access to both this piece and this piece of cork bark if it wants to. These won't move once the spider's in here. These will stay still because it will be webbed up in no time, I would think. Right, water bowl. We've got a water bowl. We have a water bowl. I'm going to put the water bowl down here at the front. I'm going to take some soil out of that corner first of all. Fit that down in there so it's nice and level with the ground. Like that. Something like this. Like that. And then what we'll do, maybe we'll put another anchor point just randomly. Like a vertical cropped piece. Sorry if my arm's in the way. Like that. We'll get another one for this bit. I know you probably can't see this, but what we'll do is we'll put this other piece, which starts to lump. We'll get this, we'll set this deep in the soil. Just another anchor point basically for the spider. So he's got, from here you can see, he's got various nice big hiding spot back there, and then these vertical pieces. Right, we'll give that a quick moisten, not too much obviously because of the species of spider, and then we'll move him in. Right, back in a moment. So we're having the catch cups out for this one. I'm not even sure yet how we're going to move this spider, but we'll have plenty of tubs available in case we need them. Anyway, we've got tubs and tubs and more tubs. Let's have a look where this spider is. It's down here at the moment, hidden away. I'm thinking the best bet is probably going to be to catch cup and then move it into its new setup. So we'll take this out of the way, get the new spider, well, get the spider in its old enclosure I should say, in the middle. We'll catch cup this into this one, and from there we'll see what we need to do with him. Right, so let's have a look and see what the situation is with this spider. Yes, I've taken the lid completely off, I know. Right, have you out of there, shall we? I can see its legs, it's basically going to come out of here I think, if I can get a long enough stick in behind it. Oh, which way are you going to go? You're going to come out that way? Well then, keep going. There we go. Right. No, don't go back down there. Let's go this way. We're going to have threat poses from this little one, I do think. Probably non-stop, because... Okay. I know, I need to get you, don't I? Right. Let's put that over you. And then try and encourage you, not under there. Right. Let's actually move some of these bits. Oh, okay, you're going to turn around that way, eh? And there we have the infamous OBT fret pose. I mean, fret poses are fine. The spider's not actually doing anything. He's just sitting there letting us know that he doesn't want to be messed with. But now it's in this threat pose. I mean, these spiders will just stay like that for ages. They just stay, its fangs are out though. There. Don't mess with me. I'm a big, scary spider. You're not scary. You're not fooling anyone. You're not fooling anyone at all. Right, where'd that cup go? Right. Don't fold on. Oh, so dramatic. So dramatic. Look at me. I'm folding myself in half. Life is so stressful. Right, we're going to try and get you out of there, dude. Come on, let's try and get you come forward. Yeah, I know, you're probably going to slap a few times now, aren't you? Come on. Come on. I don't mind when they're doing this, but you still need to walk a little bit. There we go. Right, now we've got this tub over here. We can get you to start going up into it. Oh, not under there. Ah, right. Try and do this very gently. Because what we don't want is to change threat poses into bolts, which it could quite easily do if we don't take care. Right. Come on. Let's. Don't want to give you too much space. Right, there we go. Now we can get this one in. Hopefully. Hopefully. Oh, it's too tight still, isn't it? That's fine. It's not a problem at all. I've just got to readjust my position. So I could just take all this webbing and put that into its new enclosure. If it goes though, we're going to end up in a world of trouble. But I'm thinking if this is going to come out simply, which it will do, let's put that lid on for a second. Let's do exactly what we've been doing with the other spiders, and this is good so you can see sometimes plans change, right? My plan now, we'll take that piece of webbing, we will lower it into the front of this enclosure, we'll lower it into this area here. Once we've lowered this in, we can usher the spider along onto the new bit, shut the lid, take the old bit out afterwards in a little while or whatever, depends on how it moves. But let's not antagonise this thing too much. They've got a reputation. People try and big it up a little bit too much. I think they're a lot calmer than people give them credit for. And you just got to know what you're dealing with. Like, you know, it's a spider with potent venom. Try not to drop that new bit in. And as you can see, look, where we've put it in there at the moment, it's now in there on that piece of bark. So all we've got to do now is move it across. So give me 1 second while I change hands. I'll try and get this spider to go across without hassle or incident. Come on, not under your old bit. Right, let's re-angle this. Putting the camera back for a second. So, awesomely, or not awesomely I should say, sarcasm, the memory card filled up. Now, progress. So, when we moved this into here, like this, the spider was down here on this old bit of webbing. We've since managed to get it round to there, and as you can see, it's just sitting there chilling out. And what we're going to do now is we're going to move him so he goes into his new bit of cork bark, or at least just remove the old webbing, and then he can settle on his own. So I will be putting the camera back down. We're going to put it like here-ish so that we can see what we're doing. So give me a second, we'll set this up, and then hopefully we can remove the webbing, get the spider set up and get some footage of it. Okay, right, time for the old bark to come out. Let's move him very, very gently forward a little bit. Try and take that leg off. Come on, dude, let's have that leg off. Let's grab everything. No, you're not coming out. Not coming out. We just want your old... No. No. He's trying to get out of this little tiny gap that's just there, which I've just got off camera, fortunately, or unfortunately for you I should say. let's just move that up like that, shall we? See him wandering around. At least now he's off of his old stuff, but because he's on the mesh, come on dude, off the mesh. Why are you on the mesh? Use a little brush to try and get him off the mesh a little bit. Come on, let's not have you on here. Let's have you down. Back down. Come on, back down. All the way. Okay. No. Let's not go that way. Not that way. And here we go. Yes, the joys of rehousing these spiders. Okay, so the good thing is he's now in this catch cup, and he did decide to climb out of here, but he's now in this catch cup. He's gone straight up. What we can do is we can now remove his old stuff, put the new catch cup in there. Hopefully he'll go in and settle straight down. So what we do is we'll move this. Okay, you can jump around all over the place. He's just there at the moment. We'll get rid of his old stuff out of here without jiggling this around too much, like that. And then whilst he's on the lid, let's put his cup down in there. See if he'll come out of there. Zoomed out a little bit. Spider's still exploring this catch cup. We don't really want it on the catch cup, we want it out of this catch cup. So unfortunately these catch cups are a pain to get out once they're in. Let's turn this bit of grass. I'll bend the grass like that, then I can hook it in, hopefully have the spider coming out. So even though it's been moving around, it's not been moving around too much. It's not like frightfully fast. I know these things can be fast. Right, let's just turn this cup around so he can go straight down. Oh my word. What is he doing? He's now on the outside of the catch cup. We don't want him this way. Go on, down. Down off of the catch cup. Why do you like the catch cup so much? I've got you all this nice new enclosure, mate, and yet you insist on being in the catch cup. Go on, down the... there we go. Right, where's my tongs? No. The enclosure might look empty. That's because he's up here. Oh, where are you going? As you can see, anyway, he's got absolutely loads of room in here. He's got absolutely loads of room. Maybe all this extra room is not to his liking, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. What am I telling you? All this extra room, eh? All this extra room. Why would you want all this extra room, little spider? Why would you want it? Come on, down you go. Let's go. Down. All the way down. Go on. You've now sort of half figured it out, haven't you? Where's his feet? Because I don't want to hurt him. There we go. Right, he's in. He's absolutely in now. That was eventful. I mean, they don't give any hassle. It's just that it's one of those things where they move. They constantly move, and you've got to try and get them to move in a direction you want them to move in. Like I say, he's got absolutely so much space here. So much space. And he's got all this cork bark. It won't take long for him to settle, but obviously he just wanted to be out and up today. But anyway, OBT RCF, now in its new home. So we can go back to the other room. And that's the OBT RCF, the Pterinochilus murinus, red colour form, moved into his new home, which I think is going to be adequate for quite some time. If you saw the way the spider was in there, I think there's going to be a good few molts. He's been in there literally probably an hour now. Now I've got everything packed away in Rehouse Central and back into this room, and he has done a fair bit of webbing already. He's been on the roof quite a bit, which is a bit annoying. The way I've set this up is I wanted him to make sure that he went down and webbed up a lot of the cork bark and then stayed like low to the ground and round the back and webbed all that stuff up, and I think he will over time. It's just that at the moment obviously it's new and spiders do tend to hang around and try and get out, see where their points are that they can escape from, or at least find vulnerabilities a little bit in their setup sometimes. It's new, the soil's probably a little bit more moist than he wants because it's new soil, so once that starts to dry out a little bit more, it's not, I mean, it's not damp, but you know, these are things that make spiders stay on the glass, stay on the bark, don't settle on the substrate and things like that. It's just a new environment, it's unknown to it, so they do tend to take a little while to settle down. I'm not worried about it. I think this one's going to have a lot of room in there and a lot of room to grow. So we've finally done the much overdue OBT RCF. Gave me a little bit of fun on its rehouse. There was a point where it was coming up towards my hand, and I did let go of the cup forwards because I knew full well it was going to move about an inch maximum onto the glass at the back of the enclosure. So I wasn't going to risk my my hand for that spider, but at the same time I knew that letting go, it wasn't like a drop or anything like that. So all good. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing this one make up all its webbing in the next few hours probably. I don't think it will take very long before this whole thing is encased in OBT webs. So if you did enjoy today's video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're not, and leave a comment. OBTs, what do you think of them? I think once you understand the way they are, I think they're pretty easy to deal with. I know this one escaped a couple of times, but escaped in terms of it got out to the top of the enclosure and stopped, and then it was easy to deal with to put it back inside. It's not like all hell broke loose and me and him were in Rehouse Central like fighting for our lives. It's not like that. They're massively overrated. I wouldn't want to take a bite off one because I know that that's going to hurt an awful lot, but at the same time, you know, they're fine. With every spider, as long as you know what you're dealing with and prepare for the worst, then everything above that is better. Anyway, I will catch up with you next week. I've got no idea what we're doing for next week yet, but we will catch you then, and we'll see, I guess. Right, cheers guys, catch you later.